Welcome back. The most common cause of death of children is a car crash, and 40% of kids killed were not restrained properly. And today's injuries are personal with attorney Carl Reynolds. He's going to explain how Florida is looking to toughen up to improve this sad statistic. I got to tell you, with all we know about seatbelts and safety, it is hard to believe that anyone would still not buckle kids up.
It is hard to believe, but it's a sad statistic that they actually do. They don't buckle up as often as you would think. It should be 100%.
Absolutely.
It's not.
Okay, another sad statistic is that Florida really has not been that tough on people who don't do it properly.
Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by tough. It's not a crime not to buckle your child. For example, in Texas, you could be guilty of a misdemeanor if you don't buckle up a child that's under 5 years old. In Florida, it's a moving violation. It's like not wearing a seatbelt or speeding. It's
rolling through a stop sign or what have you. Okay, so what is being proposed? There's a new Senate bill out there where Florida's looking to toughen up on parents who don't do what they're supposed to.
Right. Statistics tell us that, you know, parents are in a hurry sometimes. They go to pick up their kids, they don't buckle them, and over the course of a school year, there's upwards of 500,000 kids driving on the roads without being buckled. So Florida, in order to toughen things up, because children are killed as a result of car accidents, sadly, they want to make it a crime, basically, a crime of child abuse if you don't buckle a child, and as a result of a car crash, that child is either hurt or killed.
So here's my one comment on that.
Yes.
Okay, as a parent, and I know I haven't done everything I can to protect my child, and then the unthinkable happens, and then I'm charged with the crime.
I know,
I mean, obviously there's an at fault there, but boy, isn't that parent suffering enough already?
Well, and I'm not a big advocate of a nanny state. I don't think that we need Big Brother. However, our children are innocent. They're going to follow examples of their parents. Children are less likely to be buckled and to be seatbelt wearers if their parents don't wear seatbelts. So this is, I think, a legislative move to get the parents in line to show their children the proper example and to subject them to potential criminal proceedings because the child's innocent. If you don't insist that the child, look, if I didn't insist on my 5-year-old wearing a seatbelt, he'd be running all over the car.
Same with my 15-year-old. You know, I mean, I'm still reminding the teenagers. Put your seatbelt on.
I actually have one daughter who's very vigilant, and she makes sure that no one we don't not move the car until everyone's.
The other thing I was thinking is that, you know, where I actually can see this happening, and the articles are talking about it, car lines. When you go through car line at your child's school, I don't know how much you've had to do this, just due to the stress and the chaos, it's get in, you know, and it's hard to take time and properly restrain given the situation. But obviously you have to, or you have to pull it to the side and make it happen.
Correct. Obviously, if the child's not old enough to buckle themselves, then you need to make sure, pull off, do whatever you got to do. Just like texting and driving. You get a phone call or you get a text, pull off. All right, be safe. It takes an extra, 5 seconds, and you make sure everyone gets there safe. Yeah,
no, I mean, it's not something we can skip, that's for sure. Covering ourselves legally, if we happen to have children in the car and our family gets in an accident, what is the best way to handle that?
Well, first and foremost, make sure everybody's buckled, okay? Even outside the fact that there is proposed legislation, it's on the Senate, the House bill hasn't come out yet, but there's a suggestion that there will be, and eventually it will be a crime if your child is hurt or killed as a result of an accident, not having them restrained. But aside from that, just love for your children, have them seatbelted and seatbelt yourself. If you're unfortunate victims of an accident, then make sure your child gets checked out. A lot of times, they are made out of rubber and plastic at that age more than ourselves, so they don't seem to have symptoms right away if it's not clear, but still get them checked out by a pediatrician, someone who's specialized in treating children. Make sure that they're touched head to toe, then make sure there's no areas that are injured. Also, interesting thing with car seats. Once a car seat, a child has been involved in an accident with a car seat, that car seat is no longer safe. You need to replace that car seat.
Good point.
And insurance is required to replace that car seat. So if someone rear ends you and as a result you had a child that was in a car seat, the insurance carrier for the person that hit you is required to pay for replacement of that car seat.
Even if it appears to be fine.
Even if it appears to be fine. Now, there is some wear and tear discount. You know, you're not going to get 100% of what you paid, but they are required to replace that car seat because it has been involved in an accident, and you can't vouch for the complete integrity of that seat.
You know, the law allows for just that extra cushion of care
Correct.
for our children.
Of course.
As it should.
As it should be.
As it should. And of course, if you need any more information about that or any other legal questions, go to injuriesarepersonal.com. We'll be right back.